And we are live. Guys, I'd like to welcome you to the Let's Talk Fishing video podcast. I'm Jay Angel. I'm going to be your podcaster for this evening. Tonight, I have one of my favorite guests to have on. I fished with this guy several times. He makes some fantastic lures. And now he has some new stuff we're going to introduce.
What's up, Jay?
How you doing, Greg? And he has some not so new stuff that we're going to talk about. You know, guys, I love some of the stuff that Greg makes. I've caught thousands of trout on it, hundreds of reds. Let's just get right into it, Greg.
I want to get out the impression that I just sell like the Mojo shrimp. I am a full-blown tackle shop, online tackle store. We sell reels, high quality reels. We have these awesome headlights for fishing and hunting, recharges with your cell phone block. And
wow.
We have new titanium wire corks, unbendable corks.
Show me those corks, man.
They last a long time, Jay. I got tired of using corks that bent and, you had to straighten them out every time you cast. So we did a titanium wire one. We're real happy with it. There's some of the new stuff that we have. We got them in 3 colors.
Yeah, I'd like to have a different – when I'm fishing in a boat with 2 other guys, I'd like to have a different color cork so I can tell which one is mine.
Absolutely.
Sometimes if there's a tight pool of trout, and all 3 of you are casting out within 12 feet of each other, and there's a little bit of chop.
Yeah.
How much do you charge for those corks?
Actually, it's probably a $10 product. We sell them online for $8. You can find them in stores for $8 to $9.
That's nice because I'm used to paying $12.
Yeah, for the titanium wire ones. Now, the cup poppers and the shallow poppers, I don't carry those. I don't carry them at all because I sell the products that I use. I can't stand a cupped popper. I don't know why. It's too much drag. I don't like it. I use ovals for everything. Oh, yeah, right.
That's what they look like, guys. I like those, especially when I'm using when I'm using like a matrix shad or your twist.
Right.
Or even, guys, you see that when he has one of his Mojo shrimp there, I can't get away from those, Greg. I love to use your Mojo shrimp. The reason I like to use them is they just plain work.
And, everybody loves the Pineapple Express, and I still use it. My wife uses it. She will not let me take it off a pole and try any other colors. I have switched to the glow with the chartreuse tail. That is my go-to now. I just feel like it catches a lot more fish. I mean, 20 pounds will take that down, and it's only 2 inches long.
So are you using that in all different situations, or are you using that in a little bit deep or a little bit dirtier water?
In Dulage, where I fish, the water's always stained. Maybe
sometimes it's a little bit dirtier than others.
Sometimes, but even in real dirty water conditions, these shrimp show up. I like them. And another reason why it's my go-to is Dulage is always full of these little shrimp. They look exactly like that. These little brown shrimp and little white shrimp are swimming all over the place. And it's an exact replica of the bait.
So why don't you talk about this promotion you're doing?
Well, right now we're doing a sale. It's not any kind of Black Friday or anything like that. This is going on all the time. We have sales like this all the time at mojotackle.com. If you buy 3 packs of the glow with the chartreuse, you will get a free titanium wire popping cork with your order. Even if the promo code doesn't work for some reason, if somebody orders 3, I throw a popping cork in there, regardless if they put the promo code or not. So if you buy 3 packs, you get a popping cork. If you message me in time before I fill the order, you can tell me if you want a pink one or orange one. But if not, you're getting a yellow.
Okay. Yellow's my favorite color anyways for that. That's pretty cool. That's a good little promotion right there. Greg was talking about the Pineapple Express color. This is what he was talking about. I am like Greg's man. That's not going to sound right.
My wife.
Yeah, I'm not like Greg's wife. But this is my favorite color. It's called Pineapple Express. I've caught literally thousands of fish on this. And if I don't know if it shows it up. This isn't the best camera.
It looks pretty good. What I want to tell everybody too is the Pineapple Express. We have those in the 1/16 ounce head too, the real slow sinking. The one Jay's holding up right now is almost a 1/4 ounce. And we have that on a smaller profile shrimp for a reason. A lot of people tell me, oh, the weight's too big. What it does in the water column, instead of the shrimp sitting like this under the popping cork, the cantilever makes it sit straight like this when it's in the water. So that's what that boomerang looking weight is for. So it stays like this in the water when it's under a cork, even if you're not popping it. So that gives it the good action.
Yeah, before I started fishing with Greg, I'd never used the Mojo shrimp. I'd used the Voodoo shrimp a couple times, and I had limited success with it. I fished with Greg, and Greg taught me how to. I put it
it's a similar product. And before our Mojo, I use Voodoo, I use DOA, but I try to make everything better. Inside of this shrimp right here, there's another wire coming down from that weight that acts as a catch on this bait. You can't see it. You can't really see it, but there's another wire in there that keeps this shrimp from pulling down. So I try to improve products because we use the products, and I want the crap to last. I don't want to get out there and every time I cast or catch a fish, I got to push the damn shrimp back up, or the nose breaks and it falls off. I'm over that.
Also, if you hold one of these things in your hand and look at the hooks, that hook is beefy. That hook is not going to straighten out if you hook into a 20-pound red.
Right. No, we catch reds on these all the time. They are very durable. They are very durable. As long as you don't have your drag cranked down to max where he can't, a 30-pound red, then you're good. But if you got the drag, something's going to break. The line, the hook, something.
Yeah, your rod. Yeah. Yeah, if you have a 30-pound red and you crank it down, you're risking your rod. I don't care how good your rod is.
Yeah. I had a supplier make a bunch for me way back when we started, and they had the red heads on them, and I got them in, and I started using them, and I started giving them away to some people, and I got a batch to where every time I went fishing and I hooked a redfish, the hook would break.
Oh.
We had 1,000 shrimp that we threw in the garbage because I don't want to ruin my reputation on stuff. I had a couple guys I gave them to that sent me pictures of the hook broken, and I'm like, okay, that's it. 1,000 shrimp that I paid to have manufactured went straight in the garbage can because that's how much that I value the brand Mojo Tackle, and I just want to make stuff that lasts.
Sure. You also have the twist, which I love that. It's a twister tail. Back in the 70s when I first started fishing, we would always use twister tails. We would put them on a jig head, and throw those things. We'd catch smallmouth bass. We'd catch largemouth bass sometimes, but we mostly caught walleyes.
Right.
And that twist is just, it's a great product. I've caught so many fish on that too. In fact,
the action of the tail in the water is like no other.
Greg likes to tell the story. I was standing next to Greg in Greg's boat. We hadn't caught many fish. It was really windy. And finally I cast out, and I'm not expecting anything. And I mean, when that red hit, it made about a 3-foot swirl before I even set the hook.
I don't even want to bring up this story, Jay.
Oh, I just did. I'm not perfect. I'm not.
Who brings a pole with 10-pound test on it, 10-pound mono to go red fishing? Jay. Jay
Well,
did
now
it.
now I have 30-pound braid going to 20-pound fluoro. So now,
And you redeemed yourself right after that. You threw in the same spot 5 minutes later. You caught one, so it was good.
yeah, I caught about a 10-pounder. Yeah, that was, and that guy, he came in the boat. I believe you ate him.
I eat a lot of redfish. I do.
Yeah.
You know what I've been doing a lot lately? I actually fillet them and I put them on my smoker.
Oh,
I smoke them, and then I make. You ever been to a restaurant where they make the like the smoked tuna dip?
yeah.
I love the smoked tuna dip. It's like fresh tuna. They smoke it. They put mayonnaise, sour cream, cream cheese, and like some dill and stuff like that. So I've been making a smoked redfish dip. I look for different ways to cook fish because I get bored with the same old fried and on the half shell and all that. So, but we did this. We love it. So that's just my new little thing. We've been eating the hell out of them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You want to talk about your spook? Is there a spook like bait?
Yeah. So we also came out with this line. We named it the Mojo Sidekick. It's an awesome looking top water bait. Different colors than everybody else has. We've used them on a couple trial runs. We're real happy with them. We had some bull reds hit them. I'm waiting to get for the right time of year to get out there with the GoPro and the drone and make some good videos of these fish absolutely destroying these things.
Most of the guys I know who are really hardcore trout fishermen, the guys around Grand Isle who have the real expensive boats, but they'll fish on the side of the road in the wintertime, they use this. In fact, this type of lure is all they use. They love doing their top water, and they love walking the dog, which is what
I love.
Don't know.
I love
action, walking the dog.
And go buy a top dog or go buy one of these Zara spooks or whatever. You're gonna pay $12 for it, maybe more. All of these products they're within $6 to $8. All of my top waters, even my my twitch baits, these little slow sinking twitch baits.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I think I have these for $5 on my website. It's a slow sinking, kind of like Miradyne lure, but everything. I'm not trying to make $1 million with this thing. I sell the products that I use and I enjoy it. And if people want to buy them, they can buy them. I don't mark it up 200%, so by the time the packaging and the product and the marketing and everything, I probably make $1 on something like this. So it's not, the tackle business, it's a hard business.
Yes, it is.
It's got so much competition in it. That's why I kind of had to kick back. It is what it is. If people want to buy it, they buy it. And we're just going to keep trying to improve all of our products and get it in people's hands. And if they do like it, they can purchase more.
And here's this looks like a Berkeley Chapo, man. I have caught so many fish on whopper ploppers and Berkeley Chapos.
Yeah, that's
this would be good for bass fishing.
They have some really good hooks on them too. These are like a saltwater series hook, and they're real beefy. I guess it's like a number 3 treble hook, but they're real beefy. Saltwater resistant up to a certain amount of days and stuff like that. But I love fishing with these things. I love the explosion. In Dularge, we have a lot of bass and redfish mixed in the same areas. I love throwing it for bass and a redfish knocking the hell out of it. It's fun to me. It's fun to me.
Now, have you ever seen a redfish come up and turn upside down and grab a topwater lure?
I haven't. I got a video out there, though. I did it in slow-mo. We had one of these on fishing They had some birds in the middle of Lake Pelto diving, and it was bull reds, giant bull reds underneath these things. And I threw one of those top waters, and the red came up underneath and popped it up in the air. The bait flies up in the air, and then he comes back, and when it lands, he grabbed it. That fast. And I had to really slow the video down to see it, but it was amazing. It's somewhere on my Facebook.
Now I have seen a hybrid striper do that up north. For a Zara spook.
Right. They stun it. They try to stun the bait, and then
So it was same situation. We saw hybrids feeding on the top, so we were running up to them within about 30 yards and made some long casts, and
Oh yeah.
And one of them hit it, and I was screaming. It just takes nerves of steel not to pull that lure in, to just sit there and reel your slack out. He'll come back. It just takes nerves of steel. Well, you've got to have that if you're going to fish topwater. You can't go jerking the second you see a splash, because you're about 5% of the time you're going to hook that fish.
Absolutely. That's why I really like fishing with like topwater frogs. I actually have a line of those as well. But I can't do it. I cannot do it. Every time I hear it, my reaction is to set the hook, and the frog always comes flying back at 100 miles an hour. It's hard for me to be disciplined. Okay, let it sit a second. I rip it out of his mouth every time.
When I was guiding, I had a few guys who just wanted me to teach them how to fish, and one guy wanted me to teach them how to use frogs, and he could not get over that. He'd get a bite, and I told him, you're not going to get a whole lot of those bites during the day. You might get 5 or 6 on a great night.
Right.
And I told him, if you do that again, I brought a bandana this time. I'm going to tie this around your eyes. Because think of it this way: what's going on with your frog is none of your business. Mm-hmm. You don't set the hook till you feel that fish.
Right. But you hear the pop, it excites you so much. You just want to jerk that bait caster back, and
oh yeah, that's what makes it so exciting. That's why I said nerves of steel, man. You got to have the nerves of steel, or you're not going to catch. You're going to lose a lot of fish. Man, I lose a lot of fish topwater fishing, anyways. And I've been out with some great topwater fishermen, and they lose fish, but right. They're looking for that big bite, and you can really get some of the biggest bass you've ever caught topwater fishing, particularly on frogs. And I can't wait to see a red explode on something like that. Actually this winter, that's what I'm going to work on, is catching some big trout, in Grand Isle, where there are big trout. Right. First of all, if you want to catch big trout, you have to fish where the big trout are.
Yeah, and
there's just a lot of them around Grand Isle, and I can see that.
There is. And in Dew Lodge, it's funny this year, we are catching 25 throwbacks to one keeper. And usually this time last year, we were catching, over 13-inch fish. And now it's like, it's stuck in this 12 3/4, 12 1/2, 12 inches. I mean, we were fishing right in by the home of Nav this past weekend. Out of Falgoux, you go to the left down Falgoux and go toward the home of Nav. And the water was moving. The tide was coming out real good. Thousands of shrimp everywhere. I mean, jumping on top of the water. I'm telling you, I probably caught 75 trout. And I think we kept 5.
But that means in 2 years you're going to have massive amounts. Massive amounts of 20 inches.
Yeah.
With that much bait in there, man, that's exciting, Greg. A lot of people say, oh, this sucks. No, it doesn't suck. That's the future of fishing right there.
I get to a point where I'm using this little glow shrimp underneath the popping cork, and I'm pulling it. And actually, when the fish grabs it, I pull back a little bit. If he's not heavy enough, I'll keep wiggling it, and he'll get off, and another one will grab it. And then I'll pull it a little bit more. When I feel something a little stiffer, then I'll go ahead and set the hook, But it's
for those of you guys who aren't from around here, what Greg's talking about is exactly true. I have when the shrimp are up on the top and you can see them bust in the water and there's birds everywhere. There are times when you can you can lose 5 trout on the same cast and still come in with one. That's how
Absolutely.
good the fishing is down here. And
Yeah,
what
like,
I'm talking about, that happened was about 5 miles away from where Greg's talking about.
yeah.
When I was
They're
out with Lloyd Landry.
Like piranhas, they just destroying everything. They're on a feeding frenzy.
Now, in your experience, do trout in a school of trout, do they sort themselves by size? Can you find a 20-inch trout traveling with a 13?
There are stragglers. No, I think schools of, well, there are a few stragglers, but I don't think you're going to get a 20 when you're catching a bunch of school trout.
Okay.
Either pick up and go to another location. Usually that school's all about the same size. If you can go find them somewhere else, you might have a little bigger ones in that school. But I don't know why it is, but it just seems like the way it is. But once in every blue moon, yeah, a 15 or 20-inch trout will pop up,
When I've caught the bigger trout, I mean, stuff that's 20 inches or better, it always seems to be when the water is flowing heavily.
Yeah. It's definitely got to be moving. I'm not
I don't
saying
seem to catch a whole lot of big trout in.
Right. I don't really like fishing when the water's flowing real hard, because unless you could find one of those ambush spots, like if a cut's coming out, you'll fish the two sides to where a fish can stay over there and doesn't have to swim his ass off, and then can just dart out every once in a while and grab the bait when he sees. So that's what I concentrate when the tide's flowing real hard, is the two sides of the bayou where it's coming out, or way back to where it slacks off and there's that little roll down.
Well, on that bayou I fished with Lloyd, where it had the 4 corners, we were fishing out in the middle of the bayou, 17 feet deep, and 2 feet down and catching big trout. 2 feet down. Oh, man, that went against everything I know about fishing. But because in freshwater, the way it is, when in a river, usually the current pins the fish to the bottom, but not in salt water.
Right.
Uh-oh.
You got me, Jeff?
But, man, that was – yeah, I got you. But I just had a blip in connection there.
Yeah. But look, Dular's does not have – it doesn't have any big trout right now. You could catch a few. Like we caught 5 last weekend in one day and like 4 another day. But the redfish are just – they are everywhere out there. They are everywhere. Just strolling down the shoreline, flipping it, catching some nice redfish. So, and the sheephead bites real good too.
So are you catching redfish with your glow shrimp under a popping cork?
Absolutely. I am not. You will never pull up on my boat and see me with any kind of dead bait. I'm strictly an artificial fisherman. I'll never use any dead or live bait. Well, I take that back. When I want to go catch some freshwater catfish, and I got a couple good spots out there in Dular's to do that, I will use dead shrimp on the bottom if I'm craving freshwater catfish. But other than that, what's up, Rick?
Hey there, Mr. Rick Bailey.
That's the trout slayer right there, Rick Bailey.
That's a hammer, man. Rick Bailey is a hammer.
He called me last week, and I called him because I knew he was fishing, and he called me last week and told me the day after and told me he limited out, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then the next day, I think they caught some fish too, but he kind of he told me where they were, but they weren't there the next day. So we, I love Rick.
Well, this hasn't happened in a long time, folks. I guess I'm having some connection issues. That hasn't happened in a long time, Greg. You
got to get that AT&T.
Yeah, man. Rick Bailey is a hammer. That guy fishes over long, fishes over Grand Isle. And then in the wintertime, he comes over. I love technology. I love it.
Well, Rick, if you could hear me, we got
Can
to
you hear
get
me, Greg?
together days, man. I got to get on a boat with you. I could hear you.
Mojo Tackle Company. Check it out at mojotackle.com. We were just talking to Rick Bailey, great trout fisherman. Greg, are you back?
I think I've always been here. I think you were the one that.
Yeah,
No.
that doesn't surprise me. I haven't had a connection issue in a long time, but it happens. It's just technology is great when it works. I love technology when it works, but it doesn't always work. That's the problem. So we were talking about Rick Bailey. Rick Bailey can hear. We were talking about Rick Bailey and his fishing. He's so is Rick back to fishing in Dularge now?
Oh yeah, he's in Dularge. He's in Dularge. I need to talk to him and find out where those big hammer trout they've been catching because I can't find them.
Yeah. Well,
I did see a picture of him last week. He was holding up one of these little glow shrimp with about a 10-inch trout on it. I saw a picture of him doing that. I'm like, man,
you got to catch those too.
They catch everything. This bait catches everything: sheephead, drum, flounder, redfish, trout. It's
yeah, but also I've caught reds up to about 15, 20 pounds. I don't ever weigh them, folks, but something that's 38 inches. That's a heavy fish. And also I've caught trout up to 22 inches long.
Yep. No, I'm surprised at some of the bull reds that I brought in on this. I mean, 4-foot bull reds out there are brought in on this. We catch them all.
48 inches long.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was holding one up last weekend, and I actually caught him inside.
Really?
Well, we were fishing Lost Lake 2 weeks ago, catching some trout, and this bull red must have been feeding on a smaller trout or something like that. I don't know, but he grabbed that thing, and I wish I had the picture to pull up on this computer, but I mean, he was a hog.
48 inches long, folks. That's a fish you're not bringing in right away. I promise you.
He was over 36 inches. I can tell you that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's still 36 inch, 38 inch red. You're not bringing him in right away. He's going to do what he wants to do for 5 or 10 minutes, and you'll get him in 10 minutes if you fight him hard.
Not really.
But you got to fight something.
When the water's cold, the water temperature gets below, somewhere around in the 60s or something like that. Those redfish are a little bit easier they wear out a lot quicker. I guess because they're cold, they don't have the stamina when it's hot. But you get them in a lot quicker in the winter. Yeah. But in the summer, you're in for a fight.
So where's the big push of trout right now? Have they gotten into those canals that you and I went into the first time we fished?
Oh, absolutely. We had water hyacinths dying 4 weeks ago in the bayou. And in my bayou, I'm pulling up my crab traps, and there's shrimp jumping out of the crab traps when I'm pulling up. So they backed in, these little shrimp backed in everywhere down there. It's ridiculous. The estuary that we have in Dularge is like nothing I've ever seen before in Hopedale. I grew up at Chef Pass, the Wrigley's area. This estuary is like something I've never seen before. I am catching a number one crab in my little bayou right behind the camp. I mean, it's
wow.
a good year. Mm-hmm.
You're catching crab right in back of your camp.
I have 5 traps. I throw all my fish guts in it every time I clean fish. I'll put them out on a Sunday. When I get there on Friday, I'll pick them up and boil them. But I mean, 40 crabs in 5 traps. This has been going on for 3 weeks now, and they all are nice.
40 crabs and 5 traps.
Yeah, 5 traps. When I get down there Friday, I'll try to do a little video and just show everybody because you could live off the land out there. As long as you had a fishing pole and a Mojo shrimp, you can live off the land out there and something to make a fire with.
Wow. That's
Rick, if you down there Friday night, Rick, if you down there Friday night, I'll boil some Friday night. I know you're probably staying by Lloyd's or something, but come get some crabs. I'll let you know. Rick's saying he likes some crabs.
Yeah. Wow. So why don't we go over this one more time just to show this to people, and because this is a good little buy 3 packs, guys. Mojotackle.com. Mojotackle.com. Buy 3 packs.
It's $5 for shipping. That's added to that. But anything you order on my website that's over $50, I pay for the shipping. So free shipping over 50, you'll have to pay shipping for this. It's $5. But try the products. You'll like them. I guarantee it. You got any problems with them, give me a call. Get in touch with me on Facebook, and I'll give you another one. I guarantee this stuff. So
why don't you show the folks and show them how that sounds?
It's just like any popping cork. It's pretty much got the same, acrylic beads. It's the same sound in the water. And what a lot of people don't know, Jay, is when you're doing this, I mean, a lot of fishermen do know this, but a lot don't. This sound right here, if you've ever been out seeing shrimp swimming on the top of the water and hearing those trout underneath them, maybe lights at night on the back of your pier, that popcorn sound. It's the trout grabbing those shrimp on the top of the water, and this simulates that. So this sound right here during daytime, whatever, the trout hear it and they start looking for it because they want to know who's eating what. So same harmonic as all the other ones, expensive ones. We just have some different colors. And you will not find any cup poppers on my website as of yet. I don't even know. I'm not getting any, nobody's asking me for them. So I think I'm just going to stick with these ovals. They do glide through the water a lot more than the cup poppers. That's why I like them.
And that's why I like using that shape for jigs and the Mojo shrimp.
Absolutely. Because
it glides through the water better. Now, when I'm using live bait or dead bait, I'll use the cup poppers.
You talk about wear yourself out. Get a good big cup popper and go get on a school of little trout and try to catch a keeper out of that. If you're catching 12 throwbacks to one keeper, you're going to wear your ass out. I mean, it's the aerodynamics, the cup, the oval portion glides through the water a lot smoother, and it doesn't have that restriction where it's pulling back on your arm every time you pop it.
Yeah, and guys, those of you who know me know I wear out easily. I'm not in that great of shape. I'm not in that great of health. So even when I'm fishing, I have to conserve my energy a little bit. I'm getting better, but well, hey, Greg, man, thank you so much for being a guest on the Let's Talk Fishing podcast. Again,
what's this, my third, fourth time?
At least your 4th time.
Yeah, there you go. No, it's been a pleasure, Jay. I appreciate you and everything that you do. And everybody that supports me, I'd like to thank all of the stores. We're in 48 stores now with our little Mojo racks all the way from South Texas all the way up the coast to I think North Carolina. We're in some up there, Georgia, Brunswick, Georgia. We got some down there. So I'd like to just thank everybody that's watching this and supports me and Mojo Tackle. And We're just trying to put a good product in everybody's hands at a reasonable price, so everybody can fish without breaking the bank. That's basically what we're doing.
Mojo Tackle Empire. I like that. I like that, Greg. And for those also you guys, I fish with Greg, and I have never been skunked with Greg. We've always caught fish.
Jay, you better knock on wood, because you're going to come with me soon again.
Yeah. I don't believe in superstition, man. I believe that we're two guys who know how to fish. You know how to find them, and I know, and you know how to catch them, and also I know how to catch them. So,
right.
In fact, when I first started fishing with Greg, I hadn't been fishing the salt for that long. I think we've been fishing together for at least 4 years now. So,
yeah. They're starting to back up. Them reds are starting to build up out there.
Well, that's awesome. I'll have to call my nephew and see if he'll take me out too, and a few other people. And Rick, if you're still around, man, I'm still going to take you up on that offer. You take me out fishing. I can't get enough of it, man. I am addicted to the salt now. That's what I tell people. I tell my friends up north, don't come down here and fish for reds and specks, because you might be like me and just end up just not leaving.
Right.
But then those people buy more Mojo tackles, so it's good for you. Well, hey guys, I'm not going to be broadcasting next week because of the, Thursday is Thanksgiving. So yeah, thank you, Rick. I'm always welcome with you. I'm going to take you up on that, buddy. I'd love to fish with you. Rick Bailey, guys, the Trout Slayer.
Trout Slayer, Rick.
The Trout Slayer. Yeah, the Trout Slayer. That's a good name for him. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Let's Talk Fishing. Greg, stick around for a minute. I can talk to you afterwards.
Thanks again, Jay. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. And all you guys, happy Thanksgiving a week early. And with that, I'm going to end the podcast.